It's something that we kind of talked about once the college season was over, that we'd both be in the finals and we have to wrestle off, and then, we had to go through the process, and then it happened, right? It doesn't always happen, but we thought it could happen, and we trained together, training each other to get better, and I'm excited to compete. Anytime you get to compete, for a world team spot or in a big match, it's always exciting. So, I have to wrestle Joey, teammate, buddy, but, I guess if I couldn't win, I would want him to win. So, it works out well.
So no secrets here, right?
No secrets. I mean, we wrestled. I've been wrestling with him all year, and, I've been actively trying to get him really good, to be very, very good, for Ohio State and in the future. So, yeah, definitely no secrets.
Would you say this is kind of like a teacher versus a student?
That's what Coach Ryan is good with, those one-liners like that. But I guess, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, he's helped me out a lot. I think I've helped him out a lot this year, and so I'm older. So yeah, it kind of fits well.
Who usually wins? Be honest.
It's pretty good matches. We, like I said, we're both trying really hard to get each other better. So I don't know if there's really good matches. So I guess we'll find out on Saturday.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of being the mentor versus the student or whatever?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess maybe disadvantages of being it is that we know each other so well, and maybe there won't be. Maybe we'll be maybe a little bit tighter and not wrestle to our normal abilities because we know a lot of each other's moves. But advantages, I get to wrestle with either the number 1 or number 2 guy in the country all year long, right? And same for him. So, like I said, we've gotten each other a lot better, and looking forward to showcasing it.
Describe your relationship with him.
I'd say we're pretty good friends. I knew him a little bit before he came to Ohio State, and this year we spent a lot of time together. Like I said, almost every day wrestling each other, and a lot of time just talking. Before practice, after practice, and I mean, I was his biggest fan all year. I mean, you asked my fiance, and I was at Big Tens and Nationals, and I was loud. I was cheering hard for him, right? I wanted him to win, just like the rest of the Buckeyes more than anything, But really him, he was my weight class in college, and so I wrestled with him almost every day. So, really good relationship.
Would you say you're more seasoned, or more savvy than he is?
I don't know. He's wrestled a lot of freestyle. I mean, Junior World, I think silver medalist, and he's been in a couple Junior Worlds, and he's been wrestling freestyle for a long time. So maybe I'm older, I have a little bit more experience, but savviness, he's got a lot of skills, a lot of savviness. So I don't really know. It's always a tough question, right? They always ask the older person, and I guess experience-wise, yes, I probably have more experience, but when it comes down to a single match or a single best 2 out of 3 series, I don't know how much that will play too big a part.
What did you think of the season that he had his first year at Ohio State, coming from Stanford and coming up just short in the NCAAs?
I think he had a really good season. I think he got a lot better throughout the season, and sometimes it's hard to tell because he got 3rd as a freshman, sophomore. I don't think he placed, and then he got 3rd again. So it's hard to maybe you think that he stayed the same as he did when he was a freshman, but it's not always measured that way by their placement. And I think he's gotten a lot better, and I think a lot that has to do with himself, the coaching staff, and my help a lot. So I think he had a really good year, and he came up a little bit short, but I mean he was ready to win. He was prepared to win. He did everything right. He just one person has to lose, right? So he lost a close one in the semis, but really had an awesome year.
Take yourself out of this match and pretend you're an analyst writing this up. Write the preview for us of what to expect when you two square up in this series.
That's a good question. It's I would say we both like to score a lot of points. I mean, just especially in freestyle. In our freestyle match, we both score a lot of points. So I think it could be a matchup where see who has the better defense, and see if one or the other gets a lead on them, if we can hold them off, or will it be an offensive shootout. So I think something like that, analyzing who has the better defense, might be a good way to describe it.
What's Logan better than you do, and vice versa? What do you do better than he does?
I don't know. I guess he's probably better at outside shots than I am. I'd say I'm a more inside single guy, so maybe I'm better in that position. We both like to score on top, so I'd say we're pretty similar there. he might have a little bit better leg defense than me.
How do you get better at this stage of your career?
Just working on positions that I will see when I'm wrestling, and that I am not as good at. Maybe I'm losing if I lose a match. I see the position, and working on that. You know, I'm usually always in great shape, and I feel strong out there. So just little positions, you know, were very, very small things can make the big difference. That's, you know, I feel like I'm getting better every year, so that's why I'm still going.
Kind of a technician.
Yes, yeah, technique-wise.
Has training with Joey helped that? It helped you improve, get better?
Oh yeah, I mean I knew he was really good already. You know, he proved it at NCAA level this year, and then international freestyle level, he's proved himself being very, very good. So yes, he's helped me a lot.
If you win, one of your teammates will be Kyle, obviously.
Yes.
You had such a storied career here,
yeah.
And then he does what he does, and you know, little tiny party was like, like, you know, you stole some of my legendary status.
Oh no. I'm glad to. I want to share it all. You know, this is Ohio State University, so there's stars everywhere, and I'm glad that he's had the success he's had, and I hope we have more guys like that. And I hope that, you know, that all of our guys, Nate and Luke and Joey, and when I'm done competing, hopefully I can help Joey reach, you know, the goals that or the accomplishments that Kyle has had. So I'm glad he has all the success he has. He deserves it.
With all the knowledge you have of each other,
yes.
Even Joey, how much will the mental side of things, the mind games, if that's the right term, enter into this?
I guess maybe keeping our own minds solid and trying to focus on the task at hand. That'll be important. I guess that'll be something that nobody will really know except for each other. But yeah, if we can keep it, you know, keep everything good and strong in our minds, then that'll probably be a big internal battle for sure.
And what would it mean to you to get to the World Championships and obviously then win it?
Yeah, I'd be very excited. Representing the USA is something I always wanted to do, and in the last couple of years I've really enjoyed and been honored to do it, so it'd be very special.
There's such a brotherhood and a family here in this wrestling room. How do you make that switch as a competitor to beat basically your brother? Yeah,
well, I had to do it a few years ago, you know, when I was basically in Joey's position, and we had the guy, Reese Humphrey was here for Ohio State, and so we had to wrestle a couple times, never in the finals. I never made it when he was in the finals, and we met a couple times in tournaments, but honestly, we just treat it like a business where we're friends before. We both wrestle extremely hard, and we know one of us has to win, one of us will lose, and afterwards we're friends, you know, again. So it's one thing, it's a good problem to have for the university and for our program and the regional training center. So treat it like a business, and you know, me and Joey are good friends, and we'll stay good friends and afterwards. So
you're not going to have Ohio State coaches in either corner.
Right.
Who are you going to have in your corner?
I'll have my brother, Hunter Stieber, and then Coach Lou Roselli. And I think he'll have Coach Buxton. So pretty cool that Ohio State allows us, you know, and they let us make the decision as adults, right, to you know, pick. They're going to step back. We're good with that, and then they allow us to choose our own individual coaches for that. So pretty cool for university, because sometimes it doesn't always work that way and end up nicely. So I think it'll end up fine.
Hunter's been in your two Buckeyes on the senior world team, one way or the other. You got two Buckeyes on the U23 world team. What is it about this program that's made it now all of a sudden this freestyle powerhouse, and has Ohio State become a destination for future world team members?
Yeah, we actually have a Greco guy too on the junior Greco team. So Kuhn's brother. So excited, right? It makes it cool to have all these guys on these teams, and yeah, I mean, Ohio State is I thought when I was 16, Ohio State was the place to be. So I'm not super surprised. We have a lot of great people here, and the training center just keeps getting better and better and better, and now we're all making teams and stuff. And I believe that we'll win a few medals, if not a bunch of medals this year, in all the tournaments. So yeah, I think Ohio State is the best destination for any weight class in freestyle, and we have a couple good Greco guys now too, so not a bad destination for Greco.
Hunter's been in your corner before, has he not?
He's helped me out a lot. I don't know if he's been in my corner as a coach before. He's been in my training partner at the World Championships twice. So, you know, he coaches at Oklahoma University, and obviously he's very close. We're very close together. So it'll be very cool, I think, for him, and hopefully get him his first world team member as a coach.
The Olympics is the pinnacle, right, for a wrestler?
Yes.
Is this like right up there with that?
Yeah, I mean, this is the same competition, but with more athletes. So technically, it could be tougher in some aspects, but I believe they're very similar. The Olympics is what everyone knows. So if you walk around on the street, everyone knows the Olympics, so that makes it the pinnacle. That would be the pinnacle. Yes.
How old are you?
27. Getting up there.
Yeah, what is that for a wrestler? Is that getting up there?
Yeah, it's getting up there. I'd say 30 is usually the oldest. There's some people before, but usually 27. 27, 30 is getting older, and the young guys are very good now. So there's young guys in almost every weight in the finals of these. So like in college guys. So it's definitely a young man's sport, but I still feel good enough to go.
There's an extra urgency knowing that you're 27 and I don't know what you want in the future, but
no extra urgency. That would if that ever comes in my mind, it just makes things more stressful. So I've accomplished a lot of my goals, and I still want to keep getting better at wrestling, and I enjoy winning. Winning is a motivator for sure. So is getting better at wrestling. So no urgency.
What's the trade-off between age and cunning and youth and all of that, speed, reaction time, whatever it is? Do you feel differently now when you're out on the mats than you did 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, I feel like I think more on the mat. I think making better decisions. I think I've seen a lot of things. I've been all over the world. So I used to have everything perfect. My warm-up, my after weigh-ins, meal, my everything had to be perfect. Now, my clothes had to be perfect. Now it's just, I've been in places where, it's just, there's no good water, there's no food. You have to eat, chips and power bars, and, the toilets are bad. It's just like, I've had to I warmed up with Reese in the tournament before. We warmed up, 10 minutes later we wrestled the first match. So it's like, I've had a lot of different distractions. So, that would have been tough maybe 5-6 years ago. And now I'm used to kind of getting, things thrown at me.